I vetoed my wife's car purchase in the dealership and walked her out of there without looking at the car she picked out. My wife Jessica had been talking about getting a new car for months. Her old Honda was making weird noises and the air conditioning died last summer. She'd been saving up money from her part-time job at the library and finally had enough for a decent down payment. Last Saturday, she said she wanted to go look at cars. I was watching football, but she seemed really excited, so I agreed to come along. We drove to this lot downtown that advertised guaranteed approval for everyone. The moment we walked in, this guy named Rick swooped in like a vulture. He was wearing a shiny suit and had this huge fake smile. He immediately started talking to Jessica like I wasn't even there, asking about her budget and what kind of car she dreamed of driving. Jessica mentioned she was looking for something reliable under $15,000. Rick's eyes lit up and he said he had the perfect car for her. He led us to this bright red convertible sitting right in the front row. It was definitely flashy, but something felt off. The price sticker said $28,000, way over her budget. When Jessica pointed that out, Rick just waved his hand and said not to worry about the sticker price. He started talking really fast about special financing and how they could make any payment work. He said Jessica seemed like the kind of person who deserved to drive something fun and exciting, not some boring practical car. I tried to look at the paperwork he was shoving at her, but Rick kept angling it away from me and talking directly to Jessica. He said they had a special deal that expired today, and if she didn't sign right now, she'd miss out forever. That's when I noticed the fine print. The monthly payment was $600 for 7 years. Jessica makes $1,200 a month at the library. This payment would eat up half her entire income. I tried to get her attention, but Rick kept distracting her, talking about how amazing she'd look driving to work in a convertible. He said all her friends would be so jealous and wouldn't she rather be the cool librarian instead of the boring one. Then he dropped the real bomb. He said if she signed today, he could throw in an extended warranty, gap insurance, and paint protection for just an extra $100 a month. Jessica was nodding along like this all made perfect sense. I looked at the contract more carefully. The interest rate was 26%. This wasn't a car loan, it was highway robbery. They were basically charging her double what the car was worth over the life of the loan. Rick must have seen me reading because he quickly flipped the page and pointed to where Jessica needed to sign. He said the finance manager was waiting and they needed to move fast before the deal disappeared. That's when I stood up and said we needed to leave right now. Jessica looked confused and said she really liked the car. Rick immediately got aggressive and said I was ruining my wife's chance at happiness. He started guilt-tripping Jessica, saying her husband obviously didn't want her to have nice things. He said if she was the breadwinner, she could make her own decisions without asking permission. I grabbed the paperwork out of his hands and showed Jessica the payment amount, $700 a month for a car that was probably worth half what they were charging. Her face went white when she realized what she almost signed. Rick tried to backtrack and said they could adjust the numbers, but I was done. I told Jessica we were leaving immediately. Rick followed us to the parking lot, yelling about missed opportunities and how we'd never find a deal this good anywhere else. On the drive home, Jessica was quiet for a while. Then she said she felt stupid for almost falling for it. I told her those guys were professionals at making people feel pressured and confused. The next week, we found a 3-year-old Honda at a different lot for $9,000. Jessica paid cash and drives it to work every day with a huge smile on her face.